right, well, good morning, everybody. This is BJ and Joe Ondo from Out and About on the Recumbents, and we're just out getting in a ride on a really nice day. It's supposed to be like light 70 Fahrenheit today. Wind's very mellow. Right now we're at Portal Park, P-O-R-T-A-L, Portal Park, off of the Templeton Gap Trail. And yeah, like I said, it's an absolutely beautiful day. Today is Sunday, and I believe it's the 8th? Yeah. Oh yeah, happy birthday, Mom. And although she never watches these videos, it's kind of a bummer. But yeah, so like I said, we're just out for a ride. As you'll notice, Joe's back, so she came back last ride, and she's doing much better, thank you. And it's nice to have my riding buddy back. But yeah, so we're just out for a ride today, and trying to get in last few before all this good weather actually disappears, because we all know it's coming. Old man winter's on the way, where we'll be bundled up. Yeah, today it's warm enough to actually ride in shorts and short sleeves, so that's a real plus this time of year. But yeah, so we're gonna be heading down the trail, and I'm just gonna do a little, we've done this trail before for you guys, but I'm just gonna do little pieces here and there. The one spot I have to shut off the camera because we got to go through a tunnel, and then we got a real heavy uphill incline after we get out of the tunnel, and just ain't no way I can do the trike and hold the camera too. So yeah, all right, so we'll turn you off here and pick you up here a little later. And all right, well, yeah, I'm not really sure what's going on with this camera. It's another Hero 3, but it's a 3 Plus. And usually what you do is when you want to shut it down, you just hold the mode button in. But yeah, for some reason it's not working that way. I actually had to go up and push the button on top to get it to stop, and then the button would work. So that's something different. It must be between the regular Hero 3 and the Hero 3 Plus. So real quick, I'm going to try to shut this down real quick and see if it'll work this time. It doesn't work that way. Okay, so all right, well, we're going to take you down the trail a bit here, since I guess I got it figured out, kinda. So yeah, that's the funny thing about equipment, you think, oh well, it's the same, and yet from one version to the next they change things. And maybe it just has something to do with this particular camera, who knows. These video cameras can be pretty fussy. I have to see what kind of sound I'm going to be able to get, because this one's got the open back, but it doesn't have the open side and the open mic hole that the other case had. But that was letting in so much wind noise that I decided to try this case. Case I'm using here is an actual it's an original GoPro Hero 3 and 4 case, where the other one was an aftermarket, and it had the openings all over the place. So this one's got the open back. Howdy. So hopefully we'll be able to you'll be able to hear me. If not, I'll put full volume when I do the the video production program, and yeah, that way you can kind of see what see if you can hear me. So my voice is going to do a lot of going in and out. You know, if I hold the camera up real close like I am now, probably be able to hear me just fine. But you know, if I'm holding the camera out here, you're probably not going to be able to hear me much. Give you a little bird's eye view here. A wheel view, yeah. Switch it over, go the other side, and go backwards. Yeah. Just for the fun of it. This is another urban trail. Goes right along the canal drainage system. Like I said, we've done this several times, but it's not one we do a lot. So it's probably this one probably has about the least amount of turns. I mean turns as far as us actually doing the video and actually riding this part of the trail. Bring it up here so Joe can say hi properly. Get a little view of her trike. Now I go back behind because I can see a bike coming up. And if you want to know why Joe usually is doing all the leading, it's because, well, she has the assist. And this way, if she needs to use it, she can without running over her poor old man. So yeah, there's a big old deep canal over there. You probably can't see it. It's a deep one too. It's probably about 20 feet deep. At least 15, I'd say. So, but yeah. Howdy.
Recumbent friend.
Cool. Recumbent friend. I like that. That's pretty nice coming from an upright rider. Although I will admit, most upright riders are just fine. You know, they wave at us, you know, and the only time we ever get, you know, a bit of grief is from, you know, the people who think they're dead serious roadies even though they've never raced in their life. And but yeah, like I said, this trail goes right along Union Boulevard heading up to howdy, heading up to Austin Bluffs Parkway, and we're gonna go under the parkway down into the drainage ditch. The trail goes right along the drainage ditch, so you do have to be careful. If it's been raining, you don't want to do that part of the trail because there's a pretty good chance that it's underwater. Like I said, there's buildings right over there. The canal's over here. But yeah, we'll be coming up on there's a neat unit right there. Hello. All right, check that out. Man, I love those Yuba setups. I think that's the name of the bike, is a Yuba, Y-U-B-A. But it's their, you know, they can haul 2 kids, or they can haul like huge bags, you know, for like maximum groceries, and you know, because you know we have to use a trailer. But it's kind of funny. They used to make a kit where you could turn even a recumbent trike, you know, into a cargo trike, but they don't make those anymore. Because I thought seriously about doing that, because the side bags you can put on that setup are huge. I mean, they are huge, and I mean it might alleviate of even needing a trailer. So yeah, so if you go if you go to the left there, that takes you, no, we want to go straight. Oh, okay. That one takes you up towards Academy Boulevard, and the trail actually runs out eventually right at oh, what's the name of that park? Yeah, Palmer Park. And all the trails in Palmer Park are really meant for mountain bikes. You know, they're all dirt. There is a main road through the park you can use, but it is really, and I mean really, okay, got some bumps coming up here. As you can see, we're right down into the drainage ditch. Like I said, that's the street above us there on the bridge there. And yeah, we're going to be heading up here, and then eventually we'll get on to oh, I always forget the name of that. Oh, Flint Ridge. The Flint Ridge bike lane. Take us up to Academy Boulevard, where we're going to stop and get ourselves our normal unsweetened iced tea at Starbucks. And yeah, this is a way to get over to Union Boulevard itself and off the trail. And we got an incline here, so I got to kind of push here, and we're going to turn on a little bridge right here at the top. And go over the canal, and then we'll be on the Flint Ridge. I think it's the Flint Ridge Avenue. I don't know if it's Avenue, Street, whatever, but I think it's Avenue. Bike lane up to Academy Boulevard. And you can see the canal there. It's a big old long deep canal. There's some of the bluffs that Austin Bluff Parkway is named after. This whole area up here has a lot of these bluffs, so it's a more high-end area, someplace that Joe and I couldn't afford to even dream about living in. Back that way over the bridge. Okay, I gotta switch hands here so I can gear up. There we go. Much better. But yeah, we're like I said, it's just a gorgeous day. I mean, it is. It's just beautiful. Winds come up a bit. There's an interesting street. Buttercup Lane. Oh, it's actually Flint Ridge Drive bike lane, not avenue. Okay. Like I said, nice houses. You know, the bigger ranch style and bi-levels. And a few of the trees that are starting to turn here finally. We had so much moisture in June and July that the trees have been able to really hang in green here. So we may not get you know, a whole lot of color, because we might get to where, you know, all of a sudden the winds start really ripping up and it'll take all the leaves away. Of course, if they're still green, they're tougher. I don't know where this little thing goes. I think it just goes out to Austin Bluffs, because Austin Bluffs does have a bike lane, but you don't want to be on it. I mean, that thing has traffic. It's like a freeway. They call it a parkway, but it could be considered a freeway, you know. Although the speed limit's only 45 miles an hour. Ain't nobody but us on our trikes that are going anywhere near that. There's a cool name, Tumbleweed Drive. You got a little color right there, and a little bit of color over here too. Yeah, these are big old oak trees. So this area had to have been around for at least 20 years to get trees that tall. Yeah, it's funny, you know, Joe and I pretty much live for summer, but these fall days, you know, that are in the 70s and really pretty like this, they really are special, but that's because there's so few of them. Because here in Colorado Springs, you know, we can turn to winter anytime now. Usually we get our first snow right around Halloween or the week before. It's not usually a big one. Every once in a while, but no, it's not usually big. But Halloween's here usually cold. I've been very fortunate for the last few years because I've been able to, like I said, we live in an apartment complex. So, you know, the kids won't come in, and I don't blame them. But so I put up a little, I'll put up one of my TV tables out front and sit there with a bowl of candy for 3 or 4 hours, and then I go in and Joe makes his hot tea or hot chocolate, and we watch Young Frankenstein. That's our Halloween thing, and yeah, we really enjoy it. She has one. I don't have one. She has one though. There you go. But yeah, so that's my little Halloween tradition. I just won't give it up. I don't care whether I live in an apartment or not. You know, I'm really lucky if I get a half a dozen kids that stop by, because we don't have a lot of kids in our neighborhood. It's really strange, but we really don't. So, but I'll keep doing it. I will always keep doing it. There's a pretty good setup for the bluffs. Why they call this, why they call the main road out there Austin Bluffs Parkway. And you can definitely tell they're in the bluffs. Now I wouldn't build a house on that because I'd be afraid the dang thing would fall in. Because if I remember right, those bluffs are mostly red sandstone. Well, you know, sandstone, it erodes quite heavily actually. So, not really sure building on the edge of that would be a very good idea. But I'm sure, you know, they built there because of the view. The view would be spectacular. It really would be. Now this bike lane is a constant uphill grade, but not a bad one. Pretty mellow. It's probably more than, what am I doing? Yeah, it's just like 1.6 on the grade here on my computer. Although I have no idea how accurate this thing is, because it can do some really huge jumps. That's like, I'm still going up, but it went to 0, and then it went back up to like 3.5. Now it's back to 1.8. Now it's back to 0. But I am kind of going downhill right here. But now it's saying 1 point something, so now it's down to 0. So it really jumps all over the place. Now it's 2, no, back down to 9, 1.9, 2.3. We are starting to gain here. There's more of the bluffs. Now, like I said, the view must be spectacular from all their balconies they've got up there. But yeah, just, boy, you got to have a lot of faith in that sandstone to be doing that, because that's those are big homes. Those are not little, you know, those aren't A-frame cabins up there, you know. Those are big homes. So you know they weigh a lot. And they have a lot of extra bracing and stuff. But boy, luckily we don't have, I mean, we have had earthquakes here, but very rare. It's like tornadoes. Yes, there have actually been a couple of tornadoes that have hit Colorado Springs itself, but they never lasted very long, and they were never like super strong. They weren't, you know, like 3s, 4s, and 5s. They were like 1 and 2s. So we're very fortunate. Basically, we have really good weather here. We do have a problem with hail. We have a lot of hail, especially in the spring and the early summer months. And we have a lot of lightning here. I think we're like you know, like number 2 or 3 as far as states in the United States with lightning strikes. So yeah, like I said, our daughter Jen and her husband Jason had this old GoPro 3 Hero Plus silver, I think it is, that he hasn't used in years. And so I snatched, I asked them if I could have it, and they said sure. So I'm using it. Had to buy a new battery and charger for it, but that's okay. And so I gave Joe the other Hero 3 White edition, which is really weird because I don't understand. You know, they say they have a Hero 3 White and a Hero 3 Black edition, but they're all the same color. They're all, you know, the finished silver, you know, with a little black. So I don't, never been, and if you read the instructions, it doesn't really tell you what the difference is. I just kind of figured, well, okay, if it's the white version, that means it should be, the body should be white. If it's the black version, the body should be black. But that ain't how it is. So, yeah. So like I said, it's a continuous uphill, but it's not bad. We got a stop sign here, so I got to gear down because we're still continuing up. Some of these corners are a little hard to see around, so we have to be really careful because, you know, when it comes to corners and stuff, that's one of the reasons. There's 2 reasons we have these really tall flags. They don't really do much as far as like distance, you know, being able to see them at a distance, but where they really help is at intersections. And then like if we're in a parking lot, you know, there's all these big tall trucks, you know, like this truck here, you know, well, they're not going to see, you know, their mirrors aren't, you know, the mirrors aren't good enough to where they're going to actually see the trike, but they will see the flag. So that's really what it's for. We use lights for, you know, for them, you know, so cars will know we're coming. We run a blinking, white, you know, amber light up front. And yes, and at the moment, neither one of us have it on because we forgot to turn them back on, but that's okay. This is a very mellow bike lane. I think there's been maybe 5 cars since we've been on it. So we're pretty safe, and you know, and we actually have a bike lane that we're in, so that really helps. I know a lot of the bicyclists complain about bike lanes, but I like bike lanes. You know, anytime that go ahead, Joe. Oh, don't worry about that. Just gonna end up turning it off just up the road here. 4-way stop. But yeah, anytime we can get on a road or a city street and not have to interfere with traffic flow, man, that's just so huge. I mean, don't get me wrong, we really love the trails. We prefer a trail. If there was a trail, we'd be on it, but these bike lanes are wonderful. But yeah, it really is strange how, yeah, I know, like I said, there's a lot of bicyclists that are really, you know, they don't like bike lanes at all because they're not protected. Well, hey, you know, you can't protect everything. I'm just happy to have the bike lane because that way we're not in anybody's way. You know, we've got our lane, they've got their lane, so they can go as fast as they want, we can go as slow as we want. Because that's what Joe and I are all about, is slow. Okay. Well, I'm going to stop over here in the shade and turn her off because we got to get up on Academy, across Academy Boulevard up here, and that's a bit of a booger. So we're going to go ahead and shut her down. But yeah, just real quick, you know, if you're new to our channel, hey, thanks for coming along for the ride. If you're one of our subscribers, bless your heart for sticking with us. You know, you know, no matter what, it's really cool. So yeah, all right. So, again, this is BJ Ondo, and our site is called Out and About on Recumbents. And like I said, I'm very lucky. Joe's with me today, and so everything, the world is good and back to normal. And okay, so I'm gonna shut her off here like I think I'm supposed to do with this camera, and we'll find out. All right, see you later. Bye. Okay, now we're back. We stopped at Starbucks out on Academy here and got us our iced tea, but I just wanted to get this little bit of really nice color here. You need me to look at that, Joe? Oh, yeah, you're just gonna have to guess. Yeah, like I said, it's only so good. You have to push the top button. Okay, come here so I can show you what to do. So you hold the video camera here. Okay, yes. Put it upside down. That's weird. Okay, now what you have to do, okay, let's make sure you got it on photo. Oh, what did you do? You went to multi-photos. Okay, so we gotta go to a different mode here. Okay, come on, give me the right mode. All you can do is guess. That's really all you can do. You have to take the picture, you have to hit the top button, okay? And you'll see it actually flip in the screen here. What you have to do is take your sunglasses off. With sunglasses on, you can't see nothing. And then to turn it off, you just do the mode button up front. Okay, that's off. Okay. We'll go over it really good so we can, you know, get a better, you can get a better thing on it. But it went to multi-mode and I don't know why. Shouldn't have done that. Okay, yeah, we're Joe's kind of taking over the other camera for photos, so but she hasn't had much of a chance to use it, so kind of had to show her a little bit of the ropes there. Yeah, we really like using the other GoPro Hero 3 for a camera, a photo camera, or snapshot camera, we'll call it. Go ahead, Joe. Because they're so much easier than like the phone. You know, the phones are kind of big, and you know, you got to punch this button and that button, and this is pretty simple, really. Yeah, like I said, that was some really nice color right there. It's just really starting to show up down here. So we're going back down the Flint Ridge Drive bike lane, back over to the trail. Then we'll have to decide whether we're going to go all the way up to the trail's end at, I think it's like Ranch Road and Union. That's as far as that one goes. And you got about 3 blocks up to Academy, but it's really miserable to get up there on a trike because there's just not much room. Yeah, again, I apologize for the feet, but there's not really much I can do about it. So a little more color there, not quite as good as that other color, but yeah, the oaks are more red, and then the other I don't know what those were that were so nice and yellow, but I know they weren't aspens. You can definitely tell it's Halloween time. Big old spider web on that house. Okay, I got to slow down here real mellow. We got a bit of a kink here. Watch Joe there, yeah. I got to cruise in here. I do apologize for the bounce, you know, because sometimes I forget to, this grip handle I have, camera mount, is not a selfie stick, so it's not real. It works good except for the one spot. When it clicks, it doesn't click in super tight. You know, it's got a little bit of a movement, and if I don't put my finger up there to hold it down, you know, if it bounces, it's going to make the camera jerk up quite a bit. Okay, we got a big old dip here before we get the bridge. Yeah. Okay, I got to gear down here. Okay, we got a big bump here. Bump. Okay, Joe. So, that's what I'm going to find out. Do you want to go all the way up to the end at Ranch Road there and then come back down? Yeah, why not? Okay. We'll do that then. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and head up to Ranch Road here. So like I said, we're back over the canal. Drainage ditch, whatever you want to call it. I think this is big enough you could call it a canal. So yeah, we're going to head up to the end of this trail here, which is the Templeton Gap Trail. And sadly, it doesn't go all the way up to Academy Boulevard. It's too bad they wouldn't have done that, because that would have made it real nice and easy to get to, oh, like there's a Safeway store up there, or a King Soopers or something. I think it's a Safeway. And a couple other things that would be kind of nice to get to, but and you have to really fight the sidewalk, because they've got, you know, the street lamps in the sidewalk, and there's just barely enough room for these wide trikes to get by. And like I said, you can definitely see why they call this area up here Austin Bluffs. The bluffs are all over the place, and they make up a large extent of Palmer Park, which is a great big park. Lots of acreage, mostly mountain bike trails though. It's serious mountain bike stuff. They only have one mellow trail, and that's the Green Crest, and it's all dirt and it's deep in places, and so it's still not a trail for, you know, for trikes like we've got. Now, if you had an off-road trike with e-assist, yeah, you'd probably be all right, because that, I think the Green Crest is you know, what they call double track, which means that it's you know, 2 single track lanes wide, so you could do a like an ice full fat, or any of the full fats. And then there's a couple of different, like TerraTrike has their all-terrain. That one has 24-inch wheels and knobby tires on it, so that one would probably be okay too, especially if you had e-assist, help you out of the deep sand pockets, because that's the biggest problem for us on dirt roads, is if we hit a sandy spot, I got no traction. Joe can put it in e-assist mode, just kick it up to 4 or 5 and basically blow her way through, unless it gets too much of an upslope, and then the rear wheel will start sliding out on her. But yeah, I ain't without e-assist, ain't no way I can do it. There just ain't no way. Yeah, we rarely do this part of the trail. And it's just like I said, because it basically ends nowhere. It just abruptly quits instead of going all the way up to Academy Boulevard. And we usually have to, if we need to go to Academy Boulevard, we usually turn at the little tunnel entrance and go over to the other side, because it's a little better. It doesn't have quite as many street lights in the sidewalk as this side does, but even it has some real rough spots where the sidewalk's just kind of given away, and it's on a really busy multi-lane street, so they don't they don't really care about the sidewalks at all. Back view here. Yeah, I know that it causes a bit of hop and skip and jump, having this hand mount, but I just like how I can point it anywhere. I can give you different views, and so I'm afraid you're stuck with it. Now I am going to payday, which is the 11th of this month. I am going to get a selfie stick, a good selfie stick, and that'll give me another dimension, because this gun handle mount I've got doesn't really it doesn't extend, where a selfie stick will extend, so I can give you a little more different type view. And yes, I have one gentleman that keeps beating on me to buy a 360 camera. Would love to, but no money. When you got no money, you don't get it. So unless somebody out there in YouTube land has a old 360 camera of some sort that they don't use anymore, and be willing to sell it to me for very cheap, or just basically grant it to me, I'm ready. I'd be more than happy to have it. So whew. Yeah, this is it's pretty much uphill grade, and it's got a couple of pretty steep places. Well, I think that was the only one really steep place that we just went up. Whew. Because if you come straight up this way, sorry, I got a bug on my nose. But if you come straight up this way, then you've got two pretty steep uphill inclines you got to go up. But if you do it halfway like we did, coming out from the Flint Ridge Drive bike trail, you're in good shape. It's only the one. Yeah, you can't see it in this camera, but way up there is Academy Boulevard. That's pretty interesting. They have a 40-mile-an-hour speed limit on Union here, and the sign flashes at people and they still don't pay any attention to it. Here we got a bump coming up. Close over the drill here. Another gratuitous glamour shot of, of Joe here. Let her sneak by so she can give you an action shot. All right. Okay. Well, we're coming to the end. This is the end. The end, my friend. That's a reference to the Doors for you youngins out there. Yeah, and I don't mean on your front porch. I mean the rock group, okay? Yeah, Ranch Drive. Usually I can't remember the name of it. Usually I say it's a cowboy something, you know. So now we got to just go out into the street here and turn around. And then I'm going to shut the video back off again because it's just the same old thing. Okay. Turn around here. Turn around. That's right. All right. Yeah, as you can tell, man, it's just a beautiful day. Look at that sky. It's just gorgeous out here. All right, so we're going to try to turn this off. And if I remember right, got to hit this one.
Well, I was rolling down the road in some cold blue steel. I had a blues man on the back and a beautician out the wheel. We're going downtown in the middle of the night. We're laughing and I'm joking and we're feeling alright. Oh, I bet I'm nationwide. Yes, I bet nationwide. Easing down the highway in a new Cadillac. I had a fine fox in front, I had three more in the back. They sporting short dresses, wearing spike heel shoes. They smoking Lucky Strikes and wearing nylon shoes. Go be back. Nationwide. Yeah, we back. We're nationwide.